What is going on, guys? Paul Ryan back at it again. I hope everybody's having a good night. Earlier today on Radio Row, Zach Martin was asked about playing this year for the Dallas Cowboys, and it sounds like he might be contemplating retirement. I think he might be actually closer to retirement than playing in 2025. He talked about wanting to be physically healthy in addition to be mentally healthy. Now, we know that the mental toll that it takes on football players, whether it be recovering from injury or just playing throughout the season, you have to be mentally sharp to play an entire season, but also doing the rehab and recovery from a major injury like Zach Martin suffered can be difficult. And Zach Martin isn't getting any younger. He's already 34 years old. Played a lot of football. I kind of alluded to this last year when Martin got injured, but wondering if maybe this would be the end of Zach Martin's career, and kind of leaning that way. And it has me wondering. I know a discussion was being had on X, aka Twitter, that if Zach Martin were to retire, do the Cowboys need to draft an offensive lineman with their first round pick at pick 12? And I'm not really sure where I stand on that, honestly, because I like what I saw from Cooper Beebe, Brock Hoffman, and we have TJ Bass. I feel like we have a lot of depth. Now, could either one of those be a one-for-one replacement for Zach Martin? Of course not. I don't know if a pick up any of these offensive linemen in the first round of this draft class could be a one-for-one replacement for Zach Martin. I mean, this guy's a 7-time All-Pro. You don't just find those guys. Those guys don't just fall from trees, if you will. So, again, I'm torn because I actually mentioned this on X under a Clarence Williams tweet, but he was talking about Zach Martin, and my thought would be, if Zach Martin were to retire, would Cooper Beebe maybe be moved to guard, and then maybe a TJ Bass or Brock Hoffman play center, or could the Cowboys maybe draft center? And the only issue that I could see, the only potential issue I could see with moving Cooper Beebe from center to guard would be a somewhat of stunting his growth. And I know that he has position flex. He did, I believe, he played both center and guard in college, and that was a big major appeal to drafting him, was his position flexibility. But I would hate to stunt his growth, and I thought that towards the end of the year, the second half of the year, I thought he started to look really good at playing center. So again, I'd hate to stunt his growth, but I wonder what the Cowboys' move would be if Zach Martin were to retire. I kind of like the idea of more of moving a guy like a Cooper Beebe, or maybe seeing what we have in Brock Hoffman or TJ Bass at guard, as opposed to taking somebody at 12. But with the depth of offensive linemen in this draft class, we might not necessarily have to take an offensive lineman to potentially replace Zach Martin at pick 12. So there is that to consider as well. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Zach Martin will retire? Could do you think that maybe Cooper Beebe should be moved to guard if Zach Martin were to retire? Should the Cowboys draft a guy? Let me know in the comments, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. As always, make sure to like this video. I'm Paul Ryan. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.